for letting a child starve. So here's some context. I, 17M, live with a 34F woman in the city. She's not my mom, not a relative, not a family friend like her. She was a friend of one of my mother's colleagues, but don't quote me on that, literally just someone I split rent with. Rent in this city is insane, and since I go to a private school here, which is about 2 hours from my actual home, this was the only realistic setup. We both pay rent and live our own lives. That was the arrangement. She has a 7-year-old son, and lately she's been expecting me to feed or watch him in the evenings. This wasn't discussed beforehand. I didn't sign up to be anyone's babysitter. I'm currently on study break for my final exams in May, and I usually just stay in my room all day grinding through prep. Her kid gets home around 4 p.m., and she doesn't finish her second job until around 7:30 p.m. most days. Until recently, the kid just grabbed snacks or something from the pantry, and that was that. But this past Friday, she messaged me saying she'd be home late, like 1:30 a.m., and asked me to make dinner for her son. I replied, "Nah, I'm busy with something and can't be bothered to make anything. If you want, order Uber Eats or something and I'll go down and pick it up from the front desk." She said she couldn't do that, gave no reason, and I didn't follow up. I was busy, and honestly didn't feel like I should be responsible for that situation. She got back home late and was pissed. Told me I was selfish and inconsiderate, that I'm living under her roof and eating her food, even though I'm paying rent, like I said, and that the least I could do was help her out. I told her bluntly that I'm not her babysitter, I didn't agree to take on any responsibility for her kid, and that it's not fair to try and guilt me into it just because I'm physically present. Since then, it's gotten worse. She's started making passive-aggressive comments, stuff like, "Must be nice to only care about your little exams," or complaining loudly on the phone when I'm nearby about how some people don't respect the house they live in. She slams doors, sighs dramatically, and sometimes tries to bait me into arguments by asking things like, "So are you too busy to even say hi to a child now?" I'm trying to keep my head down and stay focused, but it's exhausting. I pay rent. I stay in my room. I'm not being disruptive. I never agreed to provide childcare, and I don't think it's fair that she's treating me like I did. So Reddit, Ida for refusing to cook for her kid and not taking responsibility for something I never signed up for?